There are very few books that have had the impact of how to win friends and influence people. Nearly every successful entrepreneur, executive, salesperson, or leader I know has read it at least once. It wasn't written for social media. It wasn't written for today's business world. Yet almost a century later, the principles still work because people haven't changed. When most people hear the title, they think it's a book about becoming more likable. I don't think that's the real message. I believe Dale Carnegie wrote one of the greatest books ever written on influence. He understands something many people still don't understand today. Opportunities flow through people. Businesses grow because of relationships. Partnerships are built on trust. And influence isn't something you're born with. It's something you earn. Over the last 30 years of coaching entrepreneurs, business owners, sales professionals, I've watched these principles play out over and over again. Some of the biggest breakthroughs in my career didn't come because I was the smartest person in the room. They came because I learned how to build authentic relationships with people who were already operating at a high frequency and a high level. Today I want to talk through several of Carnegie's timeless principles, but I don't want to simply summarize the book. I want to show you how I've applied those principles to build strategic partnerships, earn the trust of influential people, and create opportunities that money alone could never buy. Principle number 1, become genuinely interested in other people. One of the very first principles Carnegie teaches is simple: become genuinely interested in others. Now that sounds obvious, but almost nobody actually practices it. Most entrepreneurs walk into a room thinking about themselves. They're thinking about their business, their product, their presentation, or the deal they hope to close. Carnegie understood that people naturally care most about their own dreams, their own problems, their own ambitions. And if you want to connect with someone, start there. Over the years, I've discovered that the fastest way to build influence is through curiosity. When I sit down with a CEO or high-performing entrepreneur, I'm not trying to impress them with what I've accomplished. I'm trying to understand what they're building. I ask about their vision, about where they're stuck. I ask about what they're excited about. That's where relationships begin. Some of my biggest partnerships started because I spent far more time asking questions than giving answers. Carnegie teaches that genuine interest makes people feel valued. I found that when people feel understood, they naturally become more open to trusting you, introducing you to others, and eventually doing business together. Principle number 2, talk in terms of the other person's interest. Carnegie says one of the quickest ways to influence another person is to talk in terms of what interests them. This is where I see entrepreneurs make a huge mistake. They spend 20 minutes talking about their company before they've spent 2 minutes understanding the other person's objectives. Influential people hear pitches all day long. Everyone wants something from them. What separates extraordinary connectors is that they begin by understanding the agenda of the other person. I've learned to ask one simple question: what are you trying to do this year? That question changes everything. Now, we're no longer having a sales conversation. We're having a strategy conversation. The strongest partnerships I've built happened because I figured out where my strengths could accelerate someone else's mission. That's exactly what Carnegie was teaching. People move forward because other people help them achieve their goals. Principle number 3, make people feel important. Sincerely, Carnegie believed that one of the deepest human desires is the desire to feel important, not through flattery, through sincere appreciation. That principle has become one of the cornerstones of my coaching philosophy. Every entrepreneur I coach wants significance. Every employee wants recognition. Every leader wants to know their contribution matters. One thing I've noticed about highly influential people is that they have an incredible ability to recognize potential in others before those people recognize it in themselves. When I leave a meeting, I want people to feel bigger than when they walked in. I want them to believe more in themselves. I want them to leave with a greater confidence than they had before they met me. Carnegie teaches us that sincere appreciation builds connection. I found that it also builds loyalty. People remember how you made them feel long after they've forgotten what you said. Principle number 4, be a great listener. Carnegie says that being a good conversationalist actually starts with being a great listener. That may be one of the most underrated skills in business today. Everybody wants to be heard. Very few people know how to truly listen. Listening isn't waiting for your turn to speak. Listening is studying another human being. When I coach executives, as much as I spend time listening to what's not being said as what's actually being said, I pay attention to patterns, emotions, fears, ambitions, frustrations. Why? Because buried inside those conversations are opportunities. Some of the biggest strategic partnerships came from hearing a problem that everyone else overlooked. By listening first, I was able to create value before ever asking for anything in return. That's influence. That's exactly what Carnegie meant when he encouraged us to encourage others to talk about themselves. Principle number 5, avoid criticism. Build belief instead. One of Carnegie's most famous principles is to avoid criticizing, condemning, or complaining. Now, as a coach, I don't believe that means avoiding accountability. People need feedback. People need coaching. But Carnegie understood that criticism usually creates defensiveness instead of growth. I found that if I want someone to improve, I first have to build belief. Instead of attacking the person, attack the problem. Instead of making someone feel inadequate, help them see what's possible. Whether I'm coaching a salesperson or sitting across from a CEO, my objective isn't to prove I'm right. My objective is to help them become better. That mindset creates trust, and trust is what every strategic partnership is built upon. Principle number 6, give people a reputation to live up to. Near the end of the book, Carnegie shares one of my favorite leadership principles. Give a person a fine reputation to live up to. Think about that. What if consistently pointing out people's weaknesses, we consistently reminded them of their strengths? I've used this principle for years. When I recruit someone onto a team, I don't tell them they're average. I tell them I believe they have leadership potential. I tell them they're capable of greatness. Now they begin making decisions consistent with this new identity. The same thing happens in business relationships. People want to partner with individuals who believe in them. When you consistently call greatness out, people, instead of criticizing them, making them think something remarkable is going to happen, they begin rising to the expectation. Carnegie understood this decades ago. I've simply watched it happen thousands of times in real life. Principle number 7, influence opens doors that talent alone never will. After reading Carnegie years ago, one lesson stayed with me more than any other. Every principle in the book points toward one larger truth. Relationships create opportunities. You can be brilliant, you can have an incredible product, you can work harder than everyone around you, but if people don't trust you, if they don't enjoy being around you, if they don't believe you genuinely care about their success, you'll consistently be trying to build your business alone. The greatest opportunities in my career have almost always come through key relationships. A strategic partnership, an introduction, a recommendation, a referral. None of those happened because I mastered marketing. They happened because I consistently applied the principles that Carnegie taught nearly a century ago. Make others feel important. Avoid unnecessary criticism. And look for ways to help people win. Those principles don't just help you make friends, they will help you become someone influential people want to build with. If you've never read How to Win Friends and Influence People, I encourage you to read it, but don't read it as a book about networking. Read it as a manual for building influence. Then ask yourself a different question. How can I apply these principles to become the kind of person others trust with bigger opportunities? Because that's what I've learned over 3 decades of coaching. The most valuable asset you will ever build isn't your product, it isn't your company, it isn't even your reputation, it's your relationships. Relationships built on genuine interest, relationships built on trust, relationships built on service. Those relationships become partnerships. Those partnerships create opportunities, and those opportunities can change the trajectory of your business and your life. That's why Dale Carnegie's book has remained relevant for generations. The tools may change, but people don't. Learn to lead people well, and you'll never run out of opportunities. If you enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.